мощь стала уже нестерпимой. Есть! Есть!
Roman Kopylov is steadily climbing up the UFC rankings, disposing of opposition both with hands.
You have got to use that.
Kopylov sent everybody in punches.
And his devastating legs.
When he gets close to that cage. Oh, it's a big...
The Siberian knockout artist guarantees a spectacle every time he steps into the Octagon, and soon can join the title race.
Jabs that up.
Oh, that's it. That's the one. That was combination up top. And Roman.
It's time to witness this curly-haired striker's path through the trials of combat sports. Roman was born in 1992 in a small Siberian village. At the age of 9, he discovered hand-to-hand combat, a sport similar to MMA, and devoted himself to martial arts from that moment on. Kopylov won gold at the Russian, European, and World Championships. Even back then, the talented striker showed a propensity for demolishing kicks, which made his opponents worry about their well-being. According to the athlete himself, he's had more than 1,000 fights as an amateur. Eager to earn more than just shiny medals, 23-year-old Roman transitioned to MMA. In 2016, he headlined an event facing 3-time Spanish kickboxing champion Felipe Nsue. Ever since his debut at 185 pounds, it became clear you don't want to stand with Kopylov, who boxes like a sniper and kicks like a mule. Throughout all 3 rounds, Roman showcased his striking prowess, while Nsue displayed his durability, surviving until the final bell. A convincing unanimous decision victory marked the beginning of the Siberian's professional career. 4 months later, he moved up in weight to face the sturdy Jose Santos, who held a 7-1 record. In order to curb the foe's aggression, Kopylov targeted the body, then began switching to the head. A precise cross sent Santos down. Yet Roman had no intention of going to the ground, allowing the Brazilian to end the round with a vicious spinning attack. In the last stretch, Santos was desperately seeking refuge on the canvas, but eventually met his inevitable doom on the feet. Kopylov secured a knockout in the closing seconds, proving that his striking is as deadly as a .44 Magnum shot. Poor Islam Gugov experienced this firsthand.
And there's a big shovel.
Eating single blows to the head,
Islam just ate another shot.
he forgot how fragile the human torso is.
Gets close to that cage. Oh, it's a big turning side kick right into the solar plexus, and that's it.
Yet more proof. Ushiro Giri to the liver makes anyone shiver.
Gets close to that cage.
With 2 consecutive finishes, Kopylov signed a contract with one of Russia's premier organizations, Fight Nights Global, and returned to the middleweight division. Lightning bolts started flying early.
Oh, nice spinning back kick by Roman.
The adversary, Artyom Shokolov, wasn't ready for them, and had to cling on to a leg for dear life.
Shokolov is in trouble.
In the second, Roman once again won the striking exchange and charged in, disposing of the ammo.
Good connection again from Roman Kopylov, but I think it won't help. Nice combination and good exchange.
Battered and exhausted,
I've never seen, but still, he is not going to step back. Once again, good sprawl by Roman.
the opponent clearly wanted a way out.
Artem Shokol is so tired, so exhausted, running out of very soon.
choosing to stay down so the ref could finally intervene.
I don't know why he...
Former Bellator fighter Jacob Ortiz, with a record of 15-5, promised to offer some resistance. In classic Kopylov fashion, the Russian whipped the midsection and started launching bombs to the head. Whenever Ortiz tried to advance, he walked into machine gun fire, stopping the American in his tracks. The Siberian stepped in with a knee and took a bite of the liver. A trademark spinning back kick opened the hunting season. Jacob pulled through to hear the saving bell, but was in no condition to continue. Kopylov ran through another opponent and earned the right to challenge for the middleweight gold. Prior to his title bout in Fight Nights Global, Roman warmed up at a local event. And then he entered the biggest match of his career in March 2018. The reigning champion, Abusupyan Alekhanov, was riding a 7-fight win streak and was part of Khabib's camp.
Oh, падает! Все! Knockout!
And here we go!
Guided by Khabib's father, Abdul Manap, he made the first move. And got a takedown, catching Kopylov's primary weapon.
Caught him! Got his back!
Breaking out of the clinch, Roman managed to land a high kick before the break. In the second round, Alekhanov burst into close quarters again, but found no success against the cage and accepted a fight on enemy territory. Now the challenger gradually seized the initiative.
Didn't expect that.
The champion would look for a chance in the wrestling department, while Roman insisted that the show must go on. Displaying solid takedown defense, the Siberian dominated in his own domain.
What a show.
Going into the final round, Alekhanov's corner didn't allow him to continue, and Kopylov claimed the belt, extending his streak to 6 victories by way of stoppage. In December 2018, the newly crowned champion was set to defend his throne against a powerful striker, Yasubei Enomoto. The Swiss samurai had been competing on the Russian scene for a decade and approached the bout with 2 consecutive knockouts. Kopylov was surgical on the feet and hammered the ribcage in his usual style. The referee's actions puzzled absolutely everyone, except Roman, who calmly went on with the task. Enomoto was not idle either. In the second stretch, the champion shifted gears, putting his adversary in peril. Still, the Swissman quickly recovered and tried to impose his will. Roman refused to compromise either, engaging in a tit-for-tat battle. He maintained his fiery intensity in the third. and the challenger's liver got into the crosshairs. With a punctured gas tank, Enomoto's chances to reach the finishing line were minuscule.
It's okay? Shot.
Successfully defending his title in a thrilling and competitive contest, Kopylov reaffirmed his status as one of the most promising up-and-comers in the country. UFC matchmakers couldn't ignore such a spectacular striking machine, and in early 2019, the Russian prospect joined the Ultimate Promotions roster. However, due to injuries, he only debuted in November at UFC Moscow. Roman was matched up against Carl Roberson. The young American with a kickboxing background boasted an MMA record of 8-2, and had recently ruffled the feathers of the soon-to-be light heavyweight champion Glover Teixeira.
Robertson with some big elbows. He's just
Roman Kopylov.
Following a trade of kicks,
Fighters, it's got to be an inside leg kick. Right? Robertson, who's now looking for interesting challenges, actually called out.
Kopylov began probing with the hands,
Yeah,
while Robertson relied mostly on his legs.
Wonder whether that's because he's been fighting at a fight, so always a bad sign. There it is.
The balance persisted for 2 rounds.
Fights very much something they were looking to maintain, and he's going to need 100.
In the third, Roman threw a 1-2.
The table, it's a case of getting close.
But an end swell was being used on the thigh of Kopylov rather than the ice.
Well,
And initiated an uncompromising brawl.
as well.
Oh, see, now he's going to go after him here. Nice job from Robertson to counter there.
But didn't see a takedown coming.
I mean,
Looking
he's
for that
pretty
single
comfortable on
now.
the
As a result, Robertson exposed Kopylov's wrestling deficiencies,
to fight. When you see an eye poke
took his back,
and the fighter's making a big deal out of it,
Oh,
it
he's
just
climbed.
makes
He's
them
got
look
his-
even
and forced a tap.
together.
Yeah, good
Hand
job
on the
from
bicep
Kopylov.
work
Fighting-
with- Oh,
Stop it,
that's
he's
Wow.
Carl Robertson!
The Russian newcomer tasted defeat for the first time in his professional career, and it happened in front of his home crowd. His return had to wait quite a while. The pandemic caused multiple events to be canceled. Visa issues further complicated matters, making Roman spend nearly 2 years on the sidelines. The opportunity unexpectedly arose in October 2021, when he accepted a short-notice showdown against Albert Duraev at UFC 267 in Abu Dhabi. A master of sports in Sambo and a former 2-division ACB champion, Duraev came in as the favorite, trained with Hamzat Chimaev, and he was on a 9-fight win streak and determined to extend it to 10.
Thank you.
Kopylov started off well with a low kick.
Was forced to stand here with Kopylov. There you go.
Then the compatriots locked horns on the feet.
And right now, even though Duraev seems to be ahead,
Also an interim bantamweight championship matchup between Pyotr Yan.
The tactical shootout in the first was punctuated by a treetop takedown attempt
Head kick attempt here from Duraev.
and a flurry by the Siberian late in the round.
All right, round 2 coming up.
After the break, Kopylov landed a signature left.
Well, you know, like, oh my goodness. I mean, that was something I was just going to say.
which discouraged Duraev from keeping in standing.
He's all Kopylov just landed a good shot, so he's obviously figured something out here.
Thwarting the first shot by grabbing the fence.
Blatant grab of the fence, and Jason Herzog has no choice.
Roman eventually ended up on the floor,
that's what I mean by that.
What you
where he had to endure a shelling until the bell rang.
You saw him go right away to the net.
nice elbow get through for Duraev.
Striving for a finish,
Couple big elbows get through.
Duraev created a bloody mess. But to the audience's delight, the doctor allowed Kopylov to go on.
Opponent right, he got the round.
Despite being busted up, Roman managed to stay up in the third.
And look at this, that takedown defense still holding.
Oh!
Wow!
Delivered a surprise in striking,
Minutes.
and continued to score points.
Kopylov doubles up on the jab. Great fight.
He even went for a double leg himself, winning the final stretch with grit.
And he
Nevertheless, it wasn't enough to secure a victory in the judges' eyes. With 2 straight losses caused by the lack of grappling skills, Kopylov decided to reboot his career and made the right decision by moving to Dagestan. Working with a new coach had a positive impact on both his ground and mental game. Roman returned to action in September 2022 against Alessio Di Chirico. The Italian wasn't exactly setting the UFC on fire, although, as his encounter with Joaquin Buckley showed, he could catch you slipping. Alessio planned to draw the Russian in and land a haymaker.
Does have a good head kick, as we found. Sadulayev,
but simply couldn't keep up with the quicker striker.
When he lets it go,
Got that liver.
snuggles him.
Half of Alessio as well.
Sensing an advantage, Kopylov loosened up
He's really trying to get a big shot off.
and dusted off his flying license.
Seen. Oh, flying knee. Good catch though by Di Chirico. And it's Di Chirico.
The foe tried to change his strategy by leading the dance.
Headliner. It's yours Tuesday at night.
Roman obliged,
Things about Michael tonight.
UFC roundup.
defended the single leg,
Everything with a nice snappy jab, and then he loads up the combinations behind it. So,
and once the Italian saw a glimmer of hope in the stand-up,
that's it.
Kopylov shattered his aspirations, sending missiles to the liver.
The caliber that you understand.
In his attempt to turn the tide,
Round here between these two. Battling middleweight.
Alessio quickly found himself under a hail of bullets.
oh man, shot. Oh, Kopylov.
There's another rally of punches.
This dominant victory literally saved Roman from being cut and validated his decision to switch camps. Just 3 months later, he went at it with Dana White's Contender Series winner, Punahele Soriano.
Puna goes in to kill you.
The young American finisher possessed significant knockout power and had recently been on a 7-fight win streak, 6 of them inside the distance.
Big left
from Puna. Looking at Puna face down.
Head is still right there.
That's it, man. Oh, man. Yeah.
Kopylov spent a round and a half stinging the opponent with sharp jabs.
See?
If you're Kopylov, touches a hard jab and then fake, and then he picks his strike.
Put his wrestling progress on display.
So it's hard to time him. See, he messed up the timing there.
And uncorked the trademark Ushiro Giri. Making Soriano's body fray at the seams.
The body. Oh, again, this is smart work from Kopylov to be going and digging into the body.
That body walk hurt him. He's hurt right
He is hurt.
Now he's opened up a little bit.
The ref had to step in to save Punahele from applying for a liver transplant.
Jabs that up. Oh, that's it. That was the one. That was
Combination
the one.
up top.
That'll be
Soriano covering up. And Roman Kopylov.
His second finish in the UFC, and a lovely performance of the night bonus on top.
Kopylov!
Despite making decent money in the Ultimate promotion, Roman still lives a humble life in his native Siberian village. He's raising his 2 daughters, enjoys spending time outdoors, and goes fishing with his buddies. According to him, this calm and quiet lifestyle helps him recharge between grueling training camps and noisy UFC events.
Большая деревня. Чистый воздух, хорошая тайга везде, видите, повсюду.
2 impressive victories allowed the Russian fighter to secure a new contract and earn a spot at the UFC 291 card, where he would test his mojo against the slugger, Claudio Ribeiro.
He can get the hold.
Two outstanding strikers ready.
Kopylov masked his body shots behind feints
Commercial break, you referenced the altitude training for Roman Kopylov.
and surged with a signature knee near the fence.
He cursed F you and then
Patient so far, Claudio exploded with a long flurry,
what Ribeiro has to do. He has to get out of Kopylov.
only to run into a southpaw cross.
Gotta just
Yeah, you can't run at him like that.
Struggling to anticipate the attacks,
That's 7 to... Oh!
He wisely chose not to stay on the defensive
So clean.
and marched forward, swinging wildly. Kopylov wasn't willing to play Russian roulette in boxing exchanges and unleashed the kill shot.
Tonight you may have heard on pay-per-view the...
Using a clever feint, Roman exposed the Brazilian's head and crow-copped him into oblivion.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
The textbook high kick made the commentary team flinch. The great Mirko is proudly smiling somewhere. The Siberian sniper wanted to get back in the cage as soon as possible and agreed to replace the injured Chris Curtis to collide with Anthony Hernandez on September 16, 2023. The opponent pulled out eventually, so Josh Fremd decided to give it a go, coming off 2 UFC wins.
If you want to finish here. There it is.
Josh Fremd comes back
As soon as Kopylov unleashed the middle kick
in combat in Russia.
and unloaded a barrage, Josh's desire to duke it out standing vanished.
Man, I'm trying to get one of those Noche UFC jerseys, but they ran out.
But Roman showed no compassion,
Noche Mexico jersey.
battering the body again with his notorious left kick.
Kind of change it up on. Look at
The Russian striker uncorked a spinning back fist late in the round.
That kick is nasty.
Oh, spinning attack late in the round for Kopylov.
Fremd seemed flabbergasted during the break,
Hey, breathe for me. Josh, breathe.
but the real avalanche of violence was still on its way.
And a nice elbow, too.
And through the arms, too. Oh, he's got...
Fremd did raise the guard.
He's got something bad now.
Kopylov put on a clinic against the bloodied patient
Do it right now, DC.
Oh, at least.
until his entire system shut down.
Right elbow. Oh! And with one arm.
Yep.
You have got to use that.
That'll do it.
Unbelievable.
Roman Kopylov.
Having won his 4th straight UFC bout in a brutal fashion, the Siberian surgeon has every chance to become the boogeyman of the division.
Roman Kopylov.
It's clear Roman Kopylov can draw lessons from his setbacks, as he was able to turn his career around when it was hanging by a thread. He is now firmly set on making it to the top. This is what fans want as well, because the Russian knockout artist is just incapable of delivering boring fights. And with each appearance, he increasingly resembles the striking legends of the good old days.
Look at the speed. Left hook, boom, boom. 3-4 punch combinations.
If you enjoyed the video, launch a spinning kick to the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.
It's okay.